Hello everyone, I'm Jaha Zainabu and welcome to Storytime with Jaha Zainabu 25. Today we are going to I am going to continue reading from my novella called The NIKEL. We left off yesterday with, I read chapters 1 through 4. So today I'm going to start with chapter 5 of The NIKEL. That evening, Aubrey rang the doorbell to the condo. Sharita opened the door, and she and Jewel walked in together, holding hands. "Peace, Queen," Sharita said to Aubrey. "Hey, little mama." She bent down to talk to Jewel, and Aubrey looked around for Ahmad. "You're getting so big. How old are you now?" "I'm 7. "Oh my goodness. I remember when you were only this high, and now you're all grown up." Aubrey dryly said, "This is for you," then handed her a bottle of juice. "Thanks. Ahmad is in the study with Malik." She pointed to the rear. Jewel saw other children and walked over to play with them. Aubrey opened the study room door, and Ahmad and Malik looked startled. Ahmad quickly tried to get her out of the room while Malik logged off of the computer. Ahmad looked like he had just been caught stealing from his mother's pocketbook. "Greetings, my queen." Aubrey rolled her eyes and walked out. Ahmad ran up to her to take her hand. Chapter 6. It was early on a Saturday morning, and the sun shone through Life's window. As he and Sandra slept, the phone rang. Over and over. Life counted 7 times and wondered why the machine didn't pick up. Finally, he answered. It was Rebecca. They heard it, and they thought it could have been a lot stronger. That must be code for, "I didn't call my girlfriend a bitch or my homeboy a nigga or brag about getting shot," he thought. "They won't release it as is. Why don't they just let me go someplace else? We keep going through this. I'm done changing it, Beck. Let's talk about it later." Life hung up the phone and sat up in bed for a moment, looked over at Sandra, and saw that she was still asleep. He returned to his comfortable position with his chest to her back as his hand cupped her right breast. Just then, the phone rang again. "He burned it up, baby. Your daddy burned up the kitchen. Called himself trying to cook or something. He put a box of crackers on the stove warming up some bread. What we gonna do with him?" "Everybody okay?" "Yeah, we good. But Tanisha was here and she's in the hospital. She got some smoke or something in her lungs. She in intensive care." "Send Sheila down to the Western Union to pick up some money I'm sending." Life didn't even want to ask what she was doing over there without Karen with her. He told her too many times about that. His mom had enough to look after without adding an active 6-year-old to the mix. Life thought about moving back to Florida to be with his family, especially with his dad being sick. Now sick and dangerous. Sharon and Karen could be doing more to help them. But then that's how it always goes, right? The person adding up the score is always the winner. Somebody else could always be doing more. He was really considering getting out of the Hollywood world, at least acting anyway. As far as music was concerned, he could find a way to get out of his contract and put out his own music. His cousin Tommy in Florida was a great producer, and Life could finance the project himself. He started in the rap game selling tapes out of his backpack, and he could end up the same way. At least back then he loved the music he made and the whole process it took to make it. There was no stiff ass in a suit who told him what to do. He had been thinking about it a lot. What happened? Sandra asked as she woke up. My mom called and told me that my dad burned up the kitchen this time. Baby, Alzheimer's is serious. You gotta get somebody to move in there with them or get him in a hospital where they can watch him. Each incident is getting worse than the one before. Not now, Sandra, not now, he thought. Rebecca called before that and told me that the label was still unsatisfied with the project and won't release it the way it is. Can they just do that? All he could do was look at her. Sandra leaned in to hold him. She asked him how he felt, and he gave the standard. I'm cool. You always say you're cool when you're not. You've been holding a lot of stuff inside lately, and you have more piling up. Do you want to talk? Life laid on his back and looked up at the ceiling, as if the magic words he needed to satisfy him talking would form in secret ink. He looked. They didn't come. He thought to himself, sure, I want to talk, but where do I start? Sandra, sometimes I just get tired of being strong and stable. I feel pressure. I just don't want to be the one that everyone depends on. How do I say this to you without you looking at me like I'm some kind of punk? Women want a man right there ready to handle it, right? Whatever it is. I want to be able to roll over in my bed and call somebody to make my life all right too. But I'm a man, and this is how we deal with it. So Sandra got out of bed and got her bag out of the closet to go to the gym. Swimming? Yeah. Life pulled her back on the bed and watched her turn slowly onto her stomach. He rubbed her hair, back, massaged her legs, and kissed her softly on the butt. Sex is not a substitute for conversation, you know. Yeah, I know, but it sure feels good. When it came out of his mouth, he knew it wasn't what she wanted to hear. Life was her man, and he wanted her to understand that he wasn't one of her girlfriends who talked about his feelings all the time. At the same time, he was still gentle. Life felt that he talked enough already. Enough. A man's just got to sort through things first. This was his family, his career. She pulled from under him and started to get up out of the bed. Come on now, not you two. I just want to touch you. I just want to feel you. Want to be inside of you. Love you, okay? I know you want me to talk about how I'm feeling and all of that, but I'm just not like that. I mean, I am, but let me sit with things for a minute. Come here, let me hold you. As he spoke, Sandra saw the sheet slowly rise. She crawled on top of him and made love just like she danced, just like she walked, easy like water, serious and intentional like she meant it. He liked her on top, liked the way she pulled herself up with her palms firmly on the bed, his head underneath hers, her back, her back bent and slow grind harder and harder, each stroke until she was satisfied, then quickly started again until he was satisfied. She put her head on his shoulder and kissed his neck. Her soft hands walked down his chest and held him. Just held it at first, then loved it again. That night, Life and Sandra had friends over. It was one of those parties that just happened. River and Michelle had come home with her from the gym, and the other girls came over later. Rock had come by after Sandra left in the morning and stayed. Then the fellas came by. Later in the night, they were up in the den playing video games, watching TV, listening to music, talking, laughing, and eating. Her girls were downstairs, talking, planning, eating, and laughing. Rock did most of the showboating and loud talking. He was the self-proclaimed world champion Sega Genesis player, a title Life Neither Life nor any of the other men in the room was in any big hurry to take from him. When Ice Cube's CD ended, Spider got up to put another one in. "Hey, put Life shit in," Guns yelled from across the room. "Oh man, I don't want to hear that. There's some old jazz down there, some funk. There's some um there's some and then against his protest, Life's Running for My Life started playing. Back downstairs, River had been teasing Sandra all day about being Life's wife. She said she was glowing when Sandra met her at the pool. Maybe she was. She and Life made such passionate love that morning. She knew he loved her, but that wasn't love sex. That was he's got stuff in his mind and needed to get some steam off sex. She didn't complain though. He thinks she's pressuring him to talk to her all of the time about his feelings. But the truth was, she didn't need to know all of his feelings. If he was on the outside of himself looking at himself, he would see what the rest of the world saw. A man who tried to hold the weight of the world on his shoulders and was about to bust. She wanted him to have somebody he could talk to. Ain't nobody over here married or engaged," Sandra replied. "Why not? Girl, you got to bring it up. As much work as you putting into that man, you should be getting something back." And you are putting in work, aren't you?" Michelle said, as all of them laughed. "Life gives me plenty, okay?" she said as she held out her wrist. "But it's not even about the jewelry. Or the clothes," said River. "Or the car," Michelle said. "Or the," Rhonda looked downward, "hallelujah." Sandra saw her, but avoided River looking over at her. "What, y'all having church up in here?" Spider commented as he walked in to get a beer from the refrigerator. "Sandra, girl, you got it smelling so good up in here. What is that cooking?" "Quiche." "All right. Well, you let me know when Keisha finished cooking, because I want to be first in line." "You will be the first to know, Spider." River took the food out of the oven, and Sandra felt saved by the bell. She was ready for the attention to be lifted off of her, especially about something she couldn't answer and didn't want to talk about with Life and his friends right upstairs. Sandra knew River could tell what she was thinking. "This is so good, girl. So when you gonna leave that job and open that restaurant?" River asked, changing the subject. "I know that's right. What are you waiting for?" asked Michelle, the finance wizard. "Let's cash in those fancy bracelets, have us a yard sale for those Gucci shoes, those bags and suits, and finally open up that shop you've been talking about since we met. Don't get me started. Shit, ask me, it's been past time. You know, I have been thinking about it a lot lately." "That's the problem. You keep thinking about it, but you're not doing anything about it." "Girl, you've got everything you need to get us started right now. Credit, skills, plenty of folks who would gladly support you. LA is filled with vacant spots for you to take. What are you so afraid of?" You know what? Don't even answer that, because it's just going to lead to a long discussion, and then you're not going to do anything about it again. "Well, damn, Michelle. Stop trying to be her mama. It's her dream. If she wants to let it pass her by, then let her," River said to Michelle, but stared at Sandra the whole time. "You know you're my girl," Michelle said. "I'm just being the little girl who was going to be the best damn dancer Alvin Ailey ever saw. Was going to give Debbie Allen and all of them a run for their money. And then I stopped. I promised myself that I was going to get back to it next year, and then next year, and then next year. And then it's been 10 years, 2 marriages, and 40 pounds later." "Oh, you still look good, girl," Sandra remarked. "Oh, I know I do. And I'm happy with what I'm doing. But that doesn't mean that I don't wake up every now and then and wonder what could have been if I had just followed my dream." Upstairs, Do-Right was arguing with the brothers about who was the greatest basketball team of all time. He was all about the Lakers. Spider was a Bulls fan, and Life didn't care. They continued to talk about sports, and Rock noticed Life flipping through the CDs and handed him a beer. "Where you at, man?" Guns looked over at Rock and Life. "Hey, what y'all bitches up all huddled up in a corner about?" "Shut your big ass up," he whispered the rest for only Life to hear, "before I come over there and put my foot down your throat. I heard you whispering like a little punk, and Life over there looking all pitiful. What's your problem? What, you can't enjoy yourself without that sweet thing all wrapped around you?" Guns wasn't Guns unless he entertained the crowd at someone else's expense. "Oh man, come on, I'm just jealous." Guns had a little liquor in him and was trying to push Life's buttons. "Well, what's she seeing you anyway?" Do-Right always had to put his 2 cents in the mix. Life remembered his mother listening to his father and his friends hanging out at their house when he was a child, and his mother said, "When grown men get together, they turn into 8th-grade boys again." But Life wasn't in the mood that night. Oh man, she saw that album come out. She saw a couple national commercials. She saw a few movies. Button pushed. "So what you saying about my lady?" "Oh man, come on. Nothing you ain't never wondered yourself." They were face to face. Rock rushed in between them. "Come on now, y'all cool it," Rock yelled. He turned to Life. "You know Guns is just popping shit." Guns backed away and began to tease Life. Nah, come on, come on." He was gesturing like he wanted to fight. "Want some, get some, bad enough, take some." "Shut the fuck up, Guns," Rock yelled. Chapter 7. After the weekend, Life was in the downtown Los Angeles traffic, picking Sandra up from work at the Los Angeles County Superior Court. He wondered how she did it every day, how she got up early in the morning, swam at the gym, sat in all the traffic, supervised her department, and then sat in traffic again. On top of that, he knew that he was not the easiest guy He knew that he was not the easiest guy to deal with all the time. Life also thought about what Guns said. He knew it was crazy. He knew his lady better than Guns ever could. Still, Life mentally questioned Sandra in ways he had never before. She stood outside in a soft pink dress that came just above her knees, with a pair of high heels. There, outside in the breeze, he could see the top of her bra just a little. And if he could see it, he was sure the suit she was talking to could. Life pulled up, staring hard at him. 8th-grade boys. Sandra got in the truck and leaned in to give him a kiss. Without thinking, he pulled away. "So who was that?" he asked. "Oh, just one of the attorneys handling a new case here. He heard the little knucklehead in the elevator say something disrespectful to me and just wanted to make sure the kid had left." "Oh, what did he say?" "I don't even remember. It was nothing. Just some teenager showing off in front of his little friends. We had only been outside a minute when you pulled up. What's wrong with you?" Life pulled off and they were quiet for a while. A rap song came on the radio and Sandra cut it off. "No, what's wrong with you?" "I just don't feel like hearing any noise right now. I'm getting a headache." "Oh, so the music I want to listen to is noise." Sandra sighed, shook her head, and leaned in closer and kissed his chest. She liked that it made him relax and smile, but noticed a pattern she knew that she had to put a stop to. He got upset, and she calmed him down with sex. He got the sex he wanted, but she missed the sharing she wanted. And asking him to talk would only start the cycle all over again. "How do you always know what I want?" He let his fingers get tangled in her hair. "You know, when I was growing up, I dreamed of having all the things that I have." I thought when I got them, I was supposed to suddenly be happy because of those things. You saying you're not happy? She kissed him again, this time for her. The more he shared anything, even stories about his childhood, the more she got turned on by it. Do you know what you want, Sandra? You mean right now? She looked up at him and smiled. He gently pushed her off of him. I mean, period. Do you know? Sandra sat up and looked out of the window. Just then, when it was her turn to talk, it wasn't so easy. Life's phone rang and he was sure Sandra thought she was saved. She knew the signs of his deep conversation coming on and knew she wasn't in the mood for it. Yeah, what's up, Beck? Cool. Just out and about right now. What's going on? Who? Family Soul. Damn, 8 days? Couldn't I just fly off at the next port? He looked over at Sandra. She might. I'll ask her, Beck. Look, I'll look at my calendar and give you a call tonight. Send me the details. What's up? Beck wants to book me to do a show on a cruise in a couple of months. It sounds cool, but it's for 8 days, though, and they want me to stay the whole time. Baby? Yeah? Do you think you can get time off work? I want you to come with me. Chapter 8. When Life asked if Sandra knew what she wanted, she immediately thought about the conversation she had with the girls over the weekend. She thought about Michelle all last night. She met her just before she opened the tax business. Sandra remembered that Michelle used to dream about being a dancer. Sometimes Sandra would go with her to the African dance class in Leimert Park. Sandra was there for the exercise and fun, but she always thought that Michelle was reliving her dream. She was really good. And those were just Saturday morning workout classes. What if I am letting my dreams pass me by, she thought. What am I waiting for? She had been the supervisor of the Superior Court Clerk's office for 2.5 years and had worked there for 3 years before that. She took the job temporarily until she could save money to get her own restaurant. Sandra began thinking about it again. She sure wasn't happy at her job. Where are you going? Just driving. You quiet over there? What you thinking about? Life asked. Food. You hungry? No. I used to talk all the time about opening a restaurant or at least starting my own catering company, and now I think about it, but almost like it's something I could have done. I could do it, you know. You could. What's stopping you? Me, I guess. Life and Sandra rode along Pacific Coast Highway in silence and looked out the window in deep thought. Chapter 9. Ahmad saw Dobbs sitting at a table in the shop when Danielle came to take his order. Dobbs was still looking over the menu. Let's see. 2 scrambled eggs, turkey bacon, rye toast, and orange juice. Ahmad came up from behind him. Nah, don't you serve this man nothing but some racquetball lessons. Danielle smiled and walked away while the 2 friends greeted each other. Hey there, what's going on, businessman? The shop looks good. Did you just add this over here? He pointed at the enlarged reading area behind the books. Yeah, on Saturdays now, someone comes in and does story time for the kids, so I made a bigger sitting area. Now, if you were in here more often, you would know that. I did that a few months ago. Come check this out back here. Davis expanded the mural and added this over here. Oh, go ahead. I like that. I'm gonna have to get her to come down to the building and see what she can do for a brighter way. So what, she's still single? Hey man, I think so, but I don't get in the middle of none of that. Who you think you're talking to? I don't need you to get in the middle of it. I just wanted to know if she was still available. I shouldn't have let her get away when I had the chance. So caught up in work and trying to get the school open. But anyway, I open up officially in less than a year now. Shh, already? Yup. I'm off track as the day before yesterday. I love those kids and I'ma hate to see them leave, but this has been my dream for years. 24-hour daycare, private school, pre-K through 6, free tutoring for students and adults, something for the community. Shoot, this year can't go by quick enough. Ahmad had known Dob, whose full name was Anthony Dobson, for about 3 years then. They met at the coffee shop when he came in one day on his lunch break. The school where he taught was only 3 blocks away. He would ride his bike in. He said that it was the only exercise he really got, except for when he would join his students for recess. He loved those kids. Dob was the one who encouraged him to expand the coffee shop last year and add a bookstore. Since then, business had been doing better. He had a lot of respect for Dob. What you saw was what you got with him. And Ahmad liked that. No games, no hidden agendas there. The two of them started playing racquetball together once a week. Shortly after they started playing racquetball, he met Davis at the shop. The two of them dated for just over a year, and then over lunch one day, it ended. Chapter 10. Aubrey got out of the shower and put a robe around her wet body. She stared at her reflection in the mirror. No, not right now. Please, not right now. I've got to call somebody. I got to write or paint, dance, work, sew, sing, talk, or something. She left the bathroom and went to her bedroom and got her purse from on top of her dresser. She scrolled fast through names: Rhonda, River, Sister. She pushed send and got Davis's voicemail. Tanya, Ursula, Willow, Zenobia. She set her phone back in her purse and then pulled her journal from her nightstand. Dear Mom, I'm so sad today. I know it won't last long, but I am. The sadness comes in slow, like a cloud, Mom. Davis asked me the other day if I was pushing Ahmad away from me because of Daddy, and I didn't know how to answer her, and I still don't. I think in the background of every human being there's this voice that says over and over that we're not good enough. Sometimes we listen to it and sometimes we don't, but it's there. It's there for me today, Mom. Loud. There's a part of me that just can't get over it. I haven't thought about it in years, but Mom, it's there. The sadness creeps on me, and when it sets in, it stays for days. It just takes over. Well, it tries to anyway. I was in the shower, and I heard it coming as sure as I used to hear Grandmama rattling bacon pots early Christmas morning. This damn feeling, man, what is it? It starts with the same old sentence, and if I get hooked, then I'm stuck listening to it for days. I only allow myself 3 days of it trapping me in bed, though. After that, no matter what, I pull myself up. But it's here again, Mom, telling me lies. Please, God, let them be lies. All the voices, all the phrases. None of this is going to work out. Who do you think you are? You and Ahmad will never be happy. Why would he want you anyway? Crazy bitch. You're a crazy bitch. Fucking crazy bitch who can't sew worth a damn. And someday soon, everyone will know what a fucking sick joke you are. Outdated fucking designs. No one will love you. You fucking better make it work with Ahmad, because you leave him and Jules out of your sorry ass life too. You will never have any children of your own. Ahmad only loves you because he needs a babysitter, and you better be fucking glad he does, you fucking loser. Chapter 11. Life saw Aubrey and Ahmad as they walked into the entrance to the NIKEL together. Ahmad was fashionably dressed in an oversized dark brown sweater with a pair of tan slacks and dark brown leather shoes. Aubrey had her head wrapped in a multicolored fabric. She had a pair of faded jeans on with white frayed strands on the legs, a dress, and a pair of platform shoes. Music came from the club as Life and Rock stood outside and checked out the women who passed by in short skirts and dresses. Aubrey and Ahmad walked past Life and Rock. Life saw Aubrey and was attracted to her in a way he didn't remember being when they first met months ago at a video shoot. Their eyes met. Ahmad stopped to shake Life's hand. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Life? Ahmad. Hey, Life responded and tried not to look over at Aubrey too soon. Hey, Life, how you been? It's been a long time, Aubrey said as she extended her hand to shake his. Yeah, I've been good. Good seeing you. Take care. Life stared at Aubrey as she and Ahmad walked away. She turned around and saw that he was still staring at her and made sure that Life saw her take Ahmad's hand. Rock looked at Aubrey and shook his head. Life laughed with him, but when Rock looked away, Life stopped laughing and continued to stare at Aubrey. Rock and Life went into the NIKEL and greeted many people as they walked back to the say. They tried to break through the crowd to get past the bar. Life saw Hannibal with 4 beautiful women coming out of the say as they were going in. Hey, what's up, ball? Those around Hannibal moved in close to him while he spoke. Hannibal responded as he pulled up a full glass. You can laugh or you can work, but you ain't really living till you doing both at the same time. See? There were a few seconds of silence. The silence was broken. Sorry. The silence was broken with everyone around him laughing. Rock stared at the beautiful women who were with Hannibal. He looked at them, then back at Hannibal, then back at the women. Hannibal was Inglewood's modern-day sage. People laughed and joked about the old West Indian who was always surrounded by beautiful women, but they respected him. However crazy they thought he was, they knew that he was the man responsible for bringing jobs into the community for many people. He was the one who elevated the careers of a lot of the comedians and rappers who hung around the club. He was the one who helped many of the rappers get their hustle on. Hannibal was the one who taught them how to fish and eat forever. They went into the say, and Life looked on stage. He asked Rock who the comedian who the comedian was who was on. Rock told him that he was a comic from the Bay. Some new cat making a little noise. Got a little style. The comedian's name was Lion. He was doing more than making a little noise with a little style. Life had seen him on television a few times and was impressed when he saw him. He was young, fresh, hip, and reminded him of himself when he was new in the game, hungry. They watched as Lion performed. The packed crowd laughed very hard. There was a group of comedians who were bad-talking Lion. Bits of their conversations were heard up to the front of the room. They began to talk really loud and disturb Lion's set. But Lion was young, new, and not from the area, and he knew enough He knew enough to know not to direct any comments to them. He kept us focused and he rocked the show. He knew that the only people he needed to impress were Willow and the crowd. He knew that he could do that if he kept the crowd laughing and respected the light, which was the comedian's universal cue to wrap it up. He played the game and Willow was impressed, though she wouldn't say it. Willow approached Life and told him that he was up next. And watch the light because I want to put more people up. She quickly walked away because she saw another comedian talking to a group of women. When she approached him, he kept talking to the women and didn't even acknowledge Willow. Okay, give me a minute, he said. Willow walked away frustrated. I'll be at the bar. She rolled her eyes as she walked away. Life walked in the restroom, nervous about following Lion. He looked at himself in the mirror and started pumping himself up. You tripping. Stop tripping. He rapped lyrics from his latest hit. Two men came in talking about lying and laughing hard. One of the men repeated Lion's jokes, and they started laughing again. Neither of the men noticed Life right in front of them. Life walked past the two men, and they seemed not to even notice he was there. Sandra was right. He did like it. Outside of the men's restroom, Life leaned against a wall for a moment. He walked back to the say. Essence was back on stage about to bring him up. He looked at the crowd from the side of the stage and noticed Aubrey sitting at a table with Ahmad. He saw her look back at him. Life smiled and waved at her. When Aubrey looked over at Ahmad, she noticed he was staring at her with a scowl on his face. Yeah, okay, y'all keep it going for Lion, Essence said. The crowd cheered. He is blowing up on the comedy scene. And to all y'all insecure hater comics in the back, making all the noise during his set, who don't have half his talent or creativity, yeah, it would do y'all some good to come up to the front next time while he's up. The crowd clapped, and the hater comics stared at them with smirks. This room is a room for artists to work out and try to grow. And if y'all can't handle that, step. Now, having said that, let me keep the show going and the energy flowing. This next brother ripped it up last week and he's back to do it again. Put your hands together for your friend and mine, Life. The crowd cheered. Ahmad leaned into Aubrey and whispered in her ear. She looked disappointed. Life ran on stage. During his set, he heard Ahmad call for the waitress really loud and look at Life. He easily got into his rhythm, but still saw Aubrey go back and interrupt Willow talking to another comic and give her a hug as if she was about to leave. As she walked away, Willow shook her head. Life got off stage and the crowd cheered. Life walked into the men's room and wiped his face and exhaled. He exited the restroom to go into the hallway. He looked around to see if he could catch Aubrey before she left. Just then, Sandra tapped him on the shoulder. You looking for me, baby? He nervously responded, Hey, babe. As he gave Sandra a hug, he saw Aubrey outside talking to Willow. Ahmad was next to her, talking to a friend of his. Excuse me for just a minute, he said to her. Where are you going so fast? I'll be right back. A woman stopped Life to talk to him. Beck saw him and came up to them. She stood directly in front of the woman with her, Rebecca's, back to her and began speaking to Life. The other woman gave Rebecca a dirty look and walked away. Okay, that was a great set. I talked to the people over at the link and they were very excited about your read-through the other day. Life wasn't in the mood to speak to Beck. Rebecca was a 36-year-old white woman who often used outdated black slang. A new spot has just opened up on Melrose, and it's really cracking. It's the bomb, and we need to get down there and represent. She continued to speak, but he only heard muffled sounds coming from her. After a brief period, he said, Look, Beck, I need to catch someone outside. Give me a sec, okay? Hello, I'm talking. Life saw Ahmad and Aubrey in the street about to drive off. Ahmad was in the driver's seat saying goodbye to his friend, and Aubrey was in the passenger seat facing the NIKEL, speaking to Willow. Life heard Ahmad pull off as Willow yelled to her, "Call me, girl!" Willow walked back into the NIKEL. "Neb, you all right? You riding with me tonight?" "Oh, I'm good, girl." Neb responded as she continued working the door. "Good. Who you riding with?" Brian." "Neb." "It's a ride, Auntie Mom. A ride." "All right, well, call me when you get home." She continued to walk through the club. She walked past Life. "Willow Tree." Willow nonchalantly responded, "Hey, Life. Good set. Call me and let me know when you're in town again." Willow looked at her clipboard and walked over to the bar. Life followed her to her seat as she ordered a Merlot from the bartender. "So, how you been, Willow?" She received her drink and said, "Fine." "I'm good." There were a few moments of silence. "Look, she saw you checking her out." Willow turned and walked away into the say. Life tried to follow her, but Rock came up to him and pulled him away. Life spoke with him for a minute and then went back in the say where he saw Willow go. Two beautiful women were talking to Hannibal at his table as Willow approached. Willow tapped him on the shoulder and held up one finger as if to say, "Excuse me." One of the women gave her a crazy look, and Willow looked right back at the woman with an even crazier look. The woman stared at the poet on stage. Willow whispered something to Hannibal and then went to her seat. Life sat behind her and began to whisper. "And?" Life asked. "And what?" "And what did she say?" "I told her she wasn't your type." Life was annoyed and asked, "And how do you know what my type is?" The say entrance doors swung open in classic dramatic style, and Sandra was in the doorway looking for Life. She had on expensive jewels and fancy clothes. The only element missing was the fog machine. Willow looked at Sandra and then back at Life. Ahmad and Aubrey were in the car going home as she pulled out her phone and called Davis. "Hello?" "Hello, woman. Sorry to call so late. What you doing?" "Girl, sitting up talking to Jewel. What's up?" "Jewel? What is she doing up?" "She doesn't have school tomorrow. What's wrong?" "Yeah, I know. I just thought she'd be sleepy. I took her to the movies and to the park today." "Sleepy? Girl, are you kidding me? This woman is talking to me about her being the president of the world someday. I'm waiting for her to tell me about the birds and the bees next." "I know she is something else. Listen, since she's up, I may have her hop in the truck with Ahmad when he drops me off. Just put her slippers by the door." "All right, you okay?" "Yeah, I just have a lot of work to get done tonight. I'll see you in a minute, girl." "So what was that about?" I just have a lot of work to get done tonight," Aubrey repeated to Ahmad. "Whatever." Ahmad was about to say something else when Malik called. She knew it was Malik because she could tell by the coded conversation. He stayed on the phone the whole way to the house. He parked the car in front of the house, looked at Aubrey, and motioned for her to get Jewel. "It's late. She's staying here," Aubrey whispered. He leaned in to kiss her while he was still talking to Malik. She took her hand from his, turned her face away, and got out of the car. He never got off of the phone. Was gonna sneak a fucking goodnight kiss to me while he was on the phone with him, she thought. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and Aubrey was tired as she worked at her design table. Her table sat under a window just off the dining room. She could look out of that window and see the lights out to Venice Beach from the hill of the house where she sat. Aubrey loved to look out of that window with a glass of Merlot and work, think, meditate, pray, talk. Then the phone rang. "Hello? Shouldn't you be all cuddled up with your man by now?" "How do you know I'm not?" Aubrey asked. "Well, are you? Anyway, shouldn't you be hanging out at Solomon's about this time?" "Hell no. I don't hang out with club folks after the club." "So, whatever looks you and Mr. Funnyman exchanged were more than just looks to him. He was kind of sweating me over him some Aubrey." "Girl, please." Oh, yeah. Once he could pry Miss Sandra off him, he wanted to know all about you. How serious you and Ahmad are, how long y'all been together. You know, the classic boy is interested in girl questions. And I'm sure you told him everything. I told him very little, as a matter of fact. You know I've been trying to get you to meet my boy Sage. It's not a hookup. I just think the two of you would get along well. As friends. Friends, that's it. And if something develops, more down the line, well, you can pay me my 10% finder's fee later. They both laughed. No, but really, before you settle down for the rest of your life, girl, you should have a little fun. But I won't bring him up again. It's your life. Anyway, I thought you and Life had met before. We did. It was months ago at a shoot. We talked for a minute, but we didn't talk much about, each other. There wasn't a connection or anything like that. Just two folks on a quick break on a busy set, that's all. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Anyway, Aubrey, I just miss you, girl. We gotta catch up. We haven't hung out in so long. And what's up with that? Willow was sure Aubrey was going to come up with a good one. I don't know. I'm working, you're working. Look, I've always worked, you've always worked, and we managed to stay connected. Are you hiding something? Or someone, maybe? Please. I just wanted to call and touch down with my friend without club shit, without Ahmad dragging you off. And I know you don't want me to go down that path right now, but Aubrey was annoyed. Willow. Okay, I'm cool. Don't want no trouble. And I'm not sure Ahmad is making me happy. Well, I've learned that nobody can make you happy. So if you're not happy, your issues may not have to do with Ahmad. Why is Aubrey unhappy with herself? Aubrey's phone beeped. Hold on, that's me. She clicked over. Hello? Why don't you come over? Ahmad asked. I miss you. I should have stayed with you. I need to be at home tonight. Can we talk later? I'm on the other line. With who? I'm on the phone, Ahmad. I'll talk to you later. With who? Willow, okay? Yeah, whatever. Aubrey clicked over. Sorry, girl. That's okay. Look, I hate to cut this short, but I have something I need to get to before I go to sleep. But it sounds like we do need to talk, because the world via New Style magazine knows something about Miss Aubrey. I thought I was the only one that knew. Can we hook up for lunch tomorrow? Yeah, it'll have to be more like a late dinner if that's cool though. And yes, girl, we do need to talk. Can you believe that shit? I told her that shit off the record and she printed it anyway. It sounds good, girl. So look, I need to make a quick appearance at this little shindig. Maybe you can come with me and then we'll go somewhere from there. Okay. Aubrey? Yes? I did give Sage your voicemail number. Don't be mad. If you don't want to call him back, don't. Girl, no worries. Chapter 12. The next day at Ahmad's coffee shop, there was a retirement party for Afua. She was dressed in her usual African attire. There were many people there to celebrate with her. Afua was employed as a postal worker for 40 years and was finally and happily ready to retire. As the crowd cheered for her, Aubrey came, carried the cake, and set it down in front of her. Well, it won't be long now, Afua said. For what? Till you're a married woman, that's what. Why aren't you wearing your engagement ring anyway? I'm not sure. Is that all everyone has to talk to me about? Uh-oh, what's going on? I'm sorry for snapping. Just cold feet, I guess. Girl, don't get weak now. This society has lost its sense of family values, and relationships just don't mean a thing to anybody anymore. You got to be strong, girl, and hang in there. You have a good man. He loves you and he's doing right by his child. Don't lose sight of the blessing you have. Ahmad is a good man, but I'm not sure we're right for each other. I just don't feel excited when I see him. Afua laughed lightly and patronizingly as she pat her on the shoulder. You ain't got to be excited, child. See, the white man has put in our heads to be led by every little feeling we have. Now we're just running around every which way following every little desire. Ahmad is going to be a good husband, and you're going to be a good wife, and the two of you are going to raise that baby. That's what God wants. Doesn't God want us to be happy? I'm just not sure that I love him enough. A week later, Aubrey and Willow were together going to a party. Oh, please, Aubrey, don't you tell me nothing's wrong. Sometimes, as your friend, I allow you to be quiet and not talk about what's going on. And then there are times, as your friend, I have to pull it out of you before you get all stuffed up and die. Come on now, you gotta let life run through you like prune juice. Aubrey chuckled. Prune juice? Yeah, girl. Hold it inside you, feed your ulcers. Aubrey gave her a strange look. Look, I heard one of the poets say that, and I thought it was fresh. Anyway, I'm trying to help you out and raise your mental a little. Willow snapped her fingers as if she was at a poetry reading. Willow could always make Aubrey laugh, even when Aubrey didn't want to. No, for real though. You and Ahmad have had the same issues forever. So why are you acting so brand new these days? I was thinking, whoever I'm with, whomever, I'ma hurt you. Anyway, whomever I'm with, eventually I am going to have a spell where I'm not as in love as I used to be, right? I mean, that fire, it doesn't it only come in cycles anyway? I'm in such a funk. I just wish I could wake up and recognize what a good brother Ahmad is and that I really do love him. Aubrey, should one of your cycles be this close to your wedding date though? And why do sisters always do that shit anyway? But he's a good man. So what? You're a good woman. That don't count? Willow parked the car and accidentally hit the bumper of another vehicle, which set off the alarm. Oopsies! She backed out of the parking space and moved into another one. Aubrey laughed. Well, maybe if you took those glasses off, you could see. Girl, you just jealous because I look like Patti LaBelle in these. Willow let out a long exhale and looked into her mirror. Relax, relate, release. Let it go, let it go, let it go. You sound like you're talking to you more than me. What's going on, Miss Let It All Out? And take those damn glasses off. Willow took her shades off and turned to Aubrey. She could tell that Willow had been crying. Girl, what is wrong? You look like you've been crying all night long. And all morning, Willow replied. What? Is it Alex? Girl, I don't even want to bring you down with everything I got going on. Would you stop it? Why do sisters do that? Play off strong like we can't be touched. That's why stuff keeps happening to us strong women. Because we keep acting like we can take it. So that's why we keep getting it. Shit, I swear the next time my brother calls me a strong woman, I'm going to sock him in his face to show him how strong I am. Is Marvin tripping again? Is that it? I don't even know what to call it. We've been going back and forth for years about Alex living with him. Of course I want him with me forever, but he's a black boy, and there are too many black boys who don't even know their fathers, let alone have the opportunity to live with him. He's living with Marvin full time now? Well, he's been there for about 3 months now. Really, he's been going to school in Palmdale, but he's with me every weekend and break, and will be for the summer. We started it off as just trying it out. Of course it was hard for me, but he's 9 years old now, and Marvin wanted him going to school out there before he was a teenager. I can see that, I guess. What's wrong though? You two haven't been together since he was a baby. What's the beef this time? Is it his new wife? Well, they aren't married yet, but the beef is that he's trying to get full custody. Damn, girl. Why? Shit if I know. Nothing really has happened. I think he thinks that because I don't know, he's got his fiance and his son. He doesn't need me in the picture anymore. But Alex needs you. Yeah, I know. You know. Alex knows. The whole world knows. But Marvin ain't getting it. He's not saying that you can't see him or nothing like that, is he? No, nothing like that. But if I sign over full custody to him, I don't get a legal say in his life. It's not even about that. It's why the hell would he even do this? Now I got to retain an attorney and all of that. And that's going to cost me $3,000. And it's all stupid because he's fighting for something that he's not even going to win. I'm not an unfit mother. And he's not out there because I can't take care of him. Girl, come here. You know it's going to be all right, okay? I know. Things just keep running through my head, though. Like when Marvin came to pick him up to go and live out there. I know it's weird, but I just wish that I held him longer. But that wasn't the last time you've seen him. I'm sure you hug him plenty. I mean, sure, of course I do, but that day marked a special time in his life, and I should have held him longer. I know it sounds crazy. Willow, stop. Stop, girl. Don't do this. You're a great mother, and you don't have anything to feel guilty about, so stop it. And now when he's with me, I sit on the bed while he's sleeping, and I kiss him, and Aubrey noticed that she was beginning to cry. It's okay, sweetie. Let it out. Let's talk about this later. Willow wiped her face. It wasn't like Willow to let anyone see her cry. Anyone. She would just make a joke and pull the attention off of how she really felt. Let's release all of this and enjoy this evening. She adjusted her rear view mirror to look at her face and hummed Lady Marmalade while she put on her lipstick. Right now, we are going to release Ahmad and Marvin. And just for a few hours, we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to look at anyone who looks like them. We're going inside for a little while. We're going to have a good time, and then we're going to leave. Got it? Would you just get out of this car, please, Patty, and stop talking to me like I'm Alex or Jewel? Ooh, jealous. Willow, one more thing, love. I got some money saved if you need some help. Thanks, girl, but I got it. Would you tell me if you didn't, strong woman? Get out of this car and let's go before I sock you. Aubrey opened the door and got out. When she closed the door, Life opened the door to the house to try to find out where the alarm was coming from. Willow tree! Willow didn't pay much attention to Life. She walked past him through the door. Hey, Life, you know my friend Aubrey, Life. Life and Aubrey shook hands, and Willow waved at someone inside and went to greet her friend. Aubrey noticed how good Life smelled. May I get you something to drink? Life offered Aubrey. Excuse me? Oh, no thank you. There was a moment of silence. Aubrey stood in the entrance and looked around the house. They were next to a framed photo of a couple on an island. They were under a big tree, and in the picture you could see a waterfall. This is a beautiful picture. I wonder where they were. That is nice. Do you know Melissa and Cap? Not really. We met once. I designed his sister's wedding gown, and they brought her over for a fitting. Oh, that's right. You're a designer. That's right, yeah. How's your business going? She smiled and shrugged her shoulders. Pretty good. I think I'll take that drink now. Merlot, please. So, this is what? The third time we met? I guess so. Maybe this time you'll speak to me before you leave and you won't just disappear like Cinderella? Maybe. Life and Aubrey sat on the couch laughing, talking, and drinking among the many people at the house who were having a good time. It's so easy to talk to you. You have a great sense of humor, too. Life said as he gently tapped her thigh. Yeah, everybody doesn't seem to think so. Well, then he's a fool. May I ask you something? She asked. Life smiled and shrugged his shoulders. Where is that line between who you really are and what you do? I mean, I look at you sitting here all calm and seemingly at peace with yourself. You don't look at all like the person that I see out, whose job it is to entertain everybody, who has to be on every time he's in public. Aubrey imitated him by rapping one of his songs. Oh, so you think you know me? Life asked. I know more about you than I did the last time I saw you at the club. Yeah, about that. I tried to say hello. The guy you were with. Your husband? Aubrey looked away as if she didn't hear him. Oh, I hit a sore spot, I see. No, I just didn't come to talk about me, Aubrey responded. Oh, okay. You came to talk about me. Yeah, yeah, I came to talk about you. She paused. May I get you something to drink? Not so fast, madam. You come down here and get all in my head like some psychiatrist and then punk out when the topic turns to you? Punk out? Aubrey pointed to herself. Yes, Life responded and flashed his beautiful smile while pointing to her. May I get you something to drink, please? She asked as she got off the couch and headed to the bar. That was the NIKEL, chapters 5 through 12. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you're enjoying yourself so far. It's fun going down memory lane like this. I wrote the NIKEL in 97, so it's been years since I have revisited the story. I hope that you join me tomorrow. Have a good night and be well, my friends. Be well.